Oh. Ah, so that's better. I can talk now. Mic is already on, didn't realise it comes straight on. I'll just turn that down a bit. Seems a bit loud. That sounds okay actually. That is good. Hello. There is a little bit of a latency, so I'll just show you how long it is. So I'm going to send you this message now. But you should have received that quite a while ago, actually. So yeah, I think it's about 10-15 seconds. So yeah, what I'm doing at the moment, I'm developing the north side of the island, because everything else was done on the southeast corner. So this is like the actual capital, Valkaza, and then we built this area, then the nuclear power plant. Well, those two are about the same kind of time, and then yeah, this is the most recent part, and the airport, but not had any planes yet out of music too loud. I shall correct that. So yeah. I don't know whether it's the music's too loud or my mic's too quiet. I'm not sure. I'm pretty new to this kind of, because like obviously in a video, when you're editing it, you can, you know, change it on the... Yeah, hopefully this will be better. Now, let me know. You're playing a vital role in the development of this channel. So yeah, developing this area, I've got quite a lot of unemployed up here at the moment. Well, not unemployed, it's just that I'm not providing them with access to where the work is. So I've daisy chained some stations, bus stations together. So this one loads passengers, then they are told to walk to this one, where they're then told to walk the main platform. So, but there's not enough trains, because when I was set up the trains in this area, the city was still being built. So it was more a case of bringing the workers in to the area, as opposed to getting the workers from that area to work areas locally. So these trains at the moment go like all the way back to the south side of the island. So I'm going to add another train into that branch line. So this is the railway factory. And I think I'm going to build this train because it's pretty quick. One of the Western engines, a BR111, very descriptive. But the good trains. And I also need some carriages or passenger wagons. So need a front, middle, 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 and back. So they're doing that, and I don't think I've got any trains in the wings. Oh, I have actually. How many can this train fit? It's not going to tell me until I set it off. Right, so your new home now is going to be all the way over here. So this one will just go literally backwards and forwards from this platform to this platform. It's got, so yeah, 820 passengers will fit on that. But I'll still build the other train, because this is like, yeah. Let's have a look at that. This is something to look out for actually when you're doing your routes, because look here, it's get in 100%, get out 100%, but you might not always want that, and sometimes it can do it weird. Like sometimes it will do that, and sometimes it will be balanced. So always check when you're setting up your route. If you, luckily this is kind of actually what I want, to be fair, but if you've got like you know, a train that's going around the city, like around the city, picking up and dropping off passengers and people and tourists and whatever. You want to make sure that you have both sides, load and unload. I think this is a Soviet train. Yeah, this is a Soviet train. A 4C 200, DHS 200. All the railways are electric in Severna. Just easier. This is the first mission of this train, the first route, and this is a train that's going to the same station, but this has come all the way from the south side of the island, so it takes a long time, whereas this one will just go backwards and forwards. So it'll just go between here and the aluminium plant and the aircraft manufacturing plant. I don't like this either. Why they keep coming this way? I'm going to have to put a waypoint in, I think. This is the steel mill. That's something I actually... how many hours have I played? I'm over 10,000 hours. I do have a screenshot somewhere, but I'll try and add it in. But yeah, 10,000 hours I've got in game. Oh, building destroyed. Dun dun dun. It'll be garbage collection. Oh, actually, that is quite important. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's not. It's a garbage collection, as in an actual bin. Oh, that's okay. I thought it was one of the drop-off points at the plants. That is something I need to sort out, actually. This side of the island doesn't have any waste manufacture. I've had the game, though, since it was released, pretty much, I think. Well, I've had it since it was in, whatchamacallit? What do you call it before it comes out? Ah, like, pre-release. Like, when I first started playing, there was no underground infrastructure. So you didn't have water. Water wasn't in the game. Heating wasn't in the game. That was something that was added later on. Like when the game first came out, it was literally the only infrastructure it was obviously transportation. Although you had nothing underground, no trams, no metros, no planes, no ships. There was no ships when I first started playing it. Yeah, like when I think back, it was really, really, yeah, but I've spent way too much. I think 800 hours is probably like more like a normal amount to play the game. I think I play the game way too much. I am slightly addicted. I didn't get proper addicted to it until I started doing the constructions myself. You know, when you get your construction industry set up. Because for the first, few weeks when I played it, I was like, oh my god, that looks so complicated, making everything. I'll just build it all for money and, start exporting oil and just but yeah, when you're sort of forced to like build it all yourself and plan it all out, I was like, I'm hooked. And then watching like the little trucks and everything all calm and, you know, build it, yeah, I find it. So I do have ADHD, so stuff like that, 'cause it's an immediate reward of like, I design it and then I see the little trucks come in, and then yeah, my brain likes that very much. It is an issue, to be fair. It really is an issue. That's why I've tried to do it through YouTube as well, because at least I get some sort of human contact then, instead of just sitting on my own, just playing it all the time. I just thought, what was I going to do? I will see, get that train coming and see how she does. Where is she? She's coming down the tracks. Right, that's the big one that was in front of her. What? She's like managed to be like behind now, like two trains. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sort this out. I think I'm gonna have to delete one of these trains or delete this part of their route. So this comes from Central West. It's here. A lot of passengers moving up and down this line, so I think what I might do is build another station and build some sort of manufacturing plant here, actually, because this is a you know waste facility. So I think that that I do struggle at the moment because all of the waste that's collected in the North District has to be taken all the way to this port here on the south side of the island. So yeah, let's build a waste facility. So because Severna's only a diddy little island, I export all of the rubbish onto ships. But I do want to investigate the more sophisticated ways of dealing with the rubbish, which are the gravel recycling, steel recycling, yada yada yada. But I don't have demolition on, so I don't know whether that is relevant. I think I could set up a recycling plant. I might do that now, actually. Like I say, I've got a lot of unemployed people in this district, so we can give them something to do. So what have we got? Aluminium separation. So I probably generate that maybe. Would that like be like in the mixed waste? Probably won't do gravel. People don't really chuck out a lot of gravel. Plastic, it probably simulates actually as the workers juicing that themselves. Obviously, we don't chuck it right. So we'll try a big general separation first. Aluminium separation first. just stick with the vanilla ones for now. So what does it export with those? Conveyor connections. Oh, I see. Cause it's right. Okay. So it will separate out. That must be the aluminium scrap. I know aggregate that is. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. So it'll take the metal scrap, the aluminium, out via the conveyors. But then what do you do with it? We'll see. I will set up an incinerator on this side of the island as well, just in case. So we'll put this as like stage 1. Like when I've collected all this scrap metal and stuff like that, what do you what do you do with it? Do you just export it? Not overly familiar. Yeah, I usually just have an incinerator set up and just burn it all. This is my usual setup. You know, it's a basic setup of what I usually have. So just have a dock, an incinerator or 2, garbage drop off, and the ship collecting it. What's left after I burn it. Because if you don't burn it, it is just way too slow exporting it via ship. You do have to break it down first. So I've got an incinerator here, incinerator here, like pretty much at the southernmost point of the island. Obviously, this is Balcazar, so it's the capital city. It's also got one on the other side here, but it's only one large incinerator because this was the first plant that I built. But as time's gone on, most of the waste is now generated over here, so it warranted the larger facility. So we've got this general separation plant here. Like I say, I'm not really, so that's what I usually do, but I'm gonna try something new today. So I'm new to, you know, it'll be a learning experience together, is using the more advanced waste management system. So we've got the aluminium separation, so I guess deals with cans. So but for now, I think I will just have the general separation plant and just see what that does, and we'll go from there. So you've got your plans, and then you'll need somewhere for the trucks to drop everything off. So you have these. So just in case it all goes wrong, I will have a incinerator connecting to both of these plants, so anything that I can't deal with will be burned and it will be sent off by a ship to a country that's much bigger than ours. So we've got the drop-off plant. Where is our incinerator? We'll have a big one. We want this connecting to both of those. And our ship dock, the final piece. Leave one of their connections free because you never know when you need to put in another storeroom or export something. incinerator's not aligned to grid. Is that going to really annoy me? Yes, that's going to really annoy me. I'm going to have to deal with that. I know this isn't, but road infrastructure is different. Sometimes needs mass, but buildings you can put down. Right. You can go that way, or you can go that way, but never in between. There we go. The reason I'm leaving a bit of space there is I'm going to have a drop off for toxic waste. I've got 10,000 hours in the game and I still struggle to fight, you know, with the menus. I'm like, arrow going this way, that way. Output on that side, I'll put it over here. Yeah, like that's going to be a bit close. When you're what I can do when you're laying out your trash drop-offs, keep stuff separate as possible, or otherwise you get really bad traffic jams. You don't want it, even though it's tempting to think, oh, have it connecting to the port as well, but then you'll just get pure toxic waste being exported, which costs more to deal with. So don't just add connections just because that nice green line has come up and you think, oh, I'll just connect that. But yeah, no. Hazardous waste, sorry, not toxic waste, it's called hazardous waste. So what storage does this need again? There's aggregate storage. Oh. Aggregate storage, open space, and yeah, so there's no covered. I thought the plastic might need cover, but it's open space storage. So we need aggregate storage and open space. I will have a covered one because it's just more aesthetic. Oh, that's too big. Oh, that's too big. Right. And then open, not open, aggregate. Oh, can I squeeze that in there? Oh, that'd be so, yeah. But is the connection gonna draw? Yes, brilliant. So hazardous waste drop off, dock for collection, incinerator for burning, mixed waste drop off, which will then go to the incinerator and to this separation plant. And always remember to cancel your construction if you want to build the stuff yourself. I know you can just do that with the thing down here, but it'll do the roads as well, and I don't like that. I wish there was a setting in the game where you could have auto build just for roads, nothing else, just for roads. So whereas you know, at the moment it's, yeah, you have to go round clicking everything off unless you use mud roads straight away, but then you still have to, like, you know, build them, lay them out first. So yeah, if you could just have like a cash build, but only for like the roads, and no, keep it just roads. I was thinking maybe like water pipes and stuff, because I do tend to also build them from cash, but then you're getting into, you know, blah blah blah. If they could just do that, if they could just do the roads, I'd be happy with that. So I really like the look of the gravel roads, I do. Even though they're not the best roads for straightenly. The asphalt roads, I don't know, yeah, I rather the gravel roads. Oh, see, that's what happens. I didn't auto build that waste drop. Oh yeah, another thing as well with waste in it, you've always got to make sure you yeah. Oh, I will need to get a ship under construction. Take the waste. Frustratingly, that's not a waste boat. Yeah, I've got nothing really for that ship to do, to be fair. Might just send him here to load stuff from the electronics factory and export that to the Soviet Union. Well, actually, we're the 29th of October 1998, but Severna's a bit behind the times. It hasn't got the message. What am I doing? Waste ship, waste ship, waste ship. So, there we are. My Romanian ship, hopper ship. Waste. Straight to the point. Right, so that's going to take a little bit of time to build. So we might have to send one of our existing ships there just for now. If it gets built first, we'll see. Is that a waste ship? No. But we might have some of that to export this aluminium scrap and such. But yeah, this is the ship I'm building. One of these little waste hoppers. But I think that I don't think there's a ship that you can export waste in the base game. I don't think. I think both of all my waste ships are mods, I think. See, this is what I was saying about your traffic jams, in it. See here, I've had to really try and engineer this junction to keep the traffic moving so they don't lock up. this is the biggest one. I mean, look, it's got like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 4 ships, probably 5. One's probably, you know, in between. And that's just enough to keep it, you know, just about coping, I think. It's essentially right at the bottom of most of the largest waste producers. So we've got these fabric factories here, clothing factories, 2 large power plants, which my plan was to decommission as we have got the nuclear plant. You know, we've got 2 cores. Well, technically, RBM, that would be 2 cores per building, but so we've got the capacity to generate enough power for the whole island, but it's just switching it over, making sure that everything's connected up. But yeah, it's all about distribution, which is true to the real world. That's one of the, you know, we can generate renewable energy and we can, you know, use it, but it's getting it to where it needs to be, because where the generation happens isn't always where that energy is needed. And this is like the old town. It was most of the buildings on Severna were destroyed in a large munitions explosion, but that's part of the law of like how it ended up, you know, with basically hardly anything built and a new country essentially. Need a bus route as well, because I was, when I first built this hotel, I selected for workers to, I think it was like 3 or 4% of the workers to come to this platform, but for some reason, no matter how I was setting it, everyone was coming to this platform, so there was like no aluminium being produced. What's going on here? We can't export chemicals with no resource chemicals. There better be a truck taking them chemicals to it. Yes. Where's that truck coming from? That looks like that's travelled all the way to... yeah, it has. It's not getting chemicals from the literally... Right, so where's the chemical plant on here? Right, so we'll remove that. So now we'll load chemicals from the massive warehouse next door that is filled with chemicals. So that should make that a bit more efficient. Yeah, I've got 160 tons of chemicals sat, you know, 100 meters away. Little things like that is what'll what costs you in the end, isn't it? All these little things that you like overlook and you think, oh, I'll sort that out in a minute, and then go and do something else. And, oh, this needs sorting. Why it takes over your life, this game. Keeping the Republic going, keeping the power flowing, keeping, you know, people fed, keeping them happy. The bus to the hotel, the bus to the hotel. So here's this little factory just makes buses, so because it only makes 2 at a time, so it's quite handy. So it's like, you know, you just like need buses all, you know, every now and again. It's just handy having 2 that are always more or less ready to go. Sometimes it's easy to forget that you factor, especially if you don't end the queue and you just use so many resources building like 150 buses. And if you don't have a rail connection, you have to drive those buses to like another place. That counts as a used vehicle straight away, so they won't sell for the new price then. Right, so the bus will pick up workers here. Yes, I don't want. No, we want to be dropped off here. Get rid of the road depot. See, that's what I was saying before about the passengers. Make sure that both sides are clicked in. It changes it every time. It doesn't always do that, but watch that. Make sure it's set for like load and unload or whatever you need, but just make sure that it's right, because it used to just go get in, get out, get in, get out for every stop. But now, every now and again, it'll be like, oh, only one, or, you know. Good night, man. Have a good sleep. Sorry, keeping you up a bit later. Yeah, so always make sure that that is actually set what you need. I could set up a few construction depots actually, using these new stations that I've built up here to collect workers, and it should help get that built a little bit quicker. Just like that's it. Put it here. I noticed we had a couple of extra buses there, didn't we? So, because I've got 6% unemployment at the moment, which a bit high. I'd like to try and keep it under 5, but it should go down as I'm doing a lot of construction at the moment. So once they all get collected, there's a bus there that we'll rehome. The workers from this platform here. And remember to always assign your new construction office to the construction office cooperative, so you can bring them all together. So I can remember back in the day, I didn't realise you could do that, and I literally used to go round clicking each construction depot and then clicking, oh my god, that was back in the day. God, I've got 8,000 over 21-year-olds as well that need housing. Oh, these people breed like rabbits. So, people waiting there. Bus is on its way. Where is she? It's kind of bright white. What's that blue one? I like that. A boxy bus. Overtake me, brah. Oh, he's getting right up there. Why did it freak out? Because that ambulance went past. Oh, is it because literally because the ambulance went past? I've never seen that before. It like stopped. Was that just because it was like an emergency vehicle? I don't know what I just saw then. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Because once that hotel has got a consistent supply of workers, the hotel at the airport, I'm then going to do the first flight because I built a Boeing 737 at the aircraft manufacturing plant and then 3 helicopters and a helicopter stop in each city, and then I'll do like a clockwise and an anti-clockwise service. So we'll start flying in tourists because at the moment they're only arriving via ship. It's quite slow, so you don't get many in. And I want to see the plane fly. Because once then that's going well, I'll then start building another plane. There's a tree in the middle of the road. Let's just sort that out. That's probably a bit of a safety hazard, I imagine. Wonder who put it there. They should be found and shot. Got a nice model of the Concorde ski there. I can't remember what it was called. I can't remember what it was called. The proper name for it. Love TU-144 plane. And it was actually built before the Concorde as well. But I think that's because the Soviets obviously, copied a bit of the European homework, I think, and it managed to get ahead. But thanks, man. Yeah, there's our planes. Currently waiting to enter service. Got a Boeing 737. Nice old one with the Generation 1 engines. And then we've got a couple of Yak 24s, which will be for domestic flights. Colours can we have? Silver, white. Yeah, that's quite cool. Just go with that one. It's quite cool. Now I think the 737. I think we just had United or I think 737, so I'll keep it as plain. So yeah, so set up helipad, which will take our tourists from the airport straight across the island. And that'll land at the tourist district. Somewhere here, yeah, there. Right next to the biggest hotel on the island. So at the moment there's no one here. So it's like literally a 5-star hotel. And I think it's just because at the moment bringing people in via ship, you're not getting throughput. How's our ship doing? Oh, 46%. But my problem was, yeah, this keeps happening. The staff, there's no one there. Can't have nobody there when there's tourists. And I also looks like I need to sort out. Looks like it's out of range of a sewerage tank as well, so we need to sort that out. I don't think people like not being connected to the sewers. This isn't Dubai. We have sewers on Severna. Not like the Burj Khalifa, where it has to have like 100 trucks. How did you manage food and things? I shall show you. Thank you very much. It's nice to have something to show you. I'm just sorting something out at the moment, and I'll be with you in one sec. At the moment, I'm kind of just thinking out loud. So yeah, I'll show you how I do food distribution. It's a system. That's the only way I was able to build so big, or otherwise, yeah, I'll show you. But actually, in the full disclosure, I will pause the game actually just to full disclosure. I do use a modded building, a specific warehouse that you'll need if you want to copy my. There is other way you can do it without this mod, but I do use the same mod for this. So. What's going on with this music? It's like gone crazy. Is this the actual song, or have I like turned to speed up? I don't know. Right, let me just find that mod that I use, because I've screenshotted it somewhere so I can always show people. Oh, never mind. I will just screenshot it again. It'll take me hours looking for, looking through my. So yeah, it's this building here, this warehouse. So I can't find it on the workshop, so I'll show you in game, and then I'll try and find it later. But just so I can show you how I do it. So it's this warehouse, because you can store. It's one of the only ones where you can store coal, meat, and food, clothing, and alcohol all in the same one, and it's got a rail connection as well. So when I first designed, just let the snow clear. When I design a district, it all basically starts with this one warehouse here, and then I will connect shops to the warehouse, branching out in, you know, a bit of an axis as much as I can go, and then then obviously the district is built basically around that warehouse and those shops, and so it's all done by train. So there are some shops in some districts where, you know, they do need to be built disconnected from that, but they're few and far between. And we got bloody hell, it's like Glenfell. We've got right big fire there. Someone coming to deal with that? Yes. Come on. Dun dun dun. Oh my god, come on, gonna move on. Nice. Like a Roman torch. Right, we're winning the battle. So yeah, so in the big city then, so Valkaza essentially is sort of 4 districts built together. So the first one built is here, so there's its warehouse right in the middle, and then we've got the little axis of shops going around it, so that's that one. And there is no. Oh, the shop's burnt down. We'll rebuild that. So yeah, so there's a warehouse here. Look, at the moment that's not actually got any food in it, but I think I do need to build a. No, it is. I've got enough food. Why is that falling behind? But yeah, so yeah, it's all done by train. So over here we've got another one there, and then they're just spread all across the city. But then each warehouse does automatically buy food when it gets too low. Only food, nothing else, you know. But that's the most basic thing. So in case, you know, you don't want people starving. Actually, you have highlighted that I might not be able to distribute it quite as well as I'd like, because all of these warehouses, food is low. Everything else is fine, but food is low. But it's not a supply issue. It does look like it's distribution. right, it could be. Let's try this on 1. Where's the other one? I don't think that depot delivers food, delivers to the... Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, so we can collect food from there. Collect food from the new factory. No, it won't, will it? What about this? How is it looking over here? Right, so there's actually a train there right now dropping it off. It's only carrying 55... What? Right, yeah. So I think it could be that it's just not keeping... I've just not got enough trains. I can't believe that shop burned down. I just noticed. But unfortunately, yeah, when it's like that big, you do sort of like forget the odd building. Yeah, it is. That I one day I was just like, hang on, why am I? Because I used to build all the shops in like a little cluster as like close as possible. And then I was like, hang on, why don't I like expand those forklift connections as like much as possible actually? Yeah, but the only thing is, you have to build bridges and things because otherwise it basically like it cuts the district in half. So your walking distance gets a bit messed up. So yeah, so you just have to build bridges if you need people to be able to cross the centre of the district. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, it's a good system. And then if you do have like hotels and things that don't connect to the railways, you then can just have a truck to take it like the last mile or whatever they call it in. But yeah, take that the final mile, because what affects performance is the vehicles and everything having to like work out the routes. So if you can make sure that like you're keeping those routes pretty small and pretty localized, it's easier for your processor to like route find. So basically it's like it's like a sat nav system that's constantly updating. But it's only a little city, in compared to the real world, but it's having to update that constantly all the time. Every time the vehicle makes figures a route out, it has to process it like so your trains that are easier on the processor because it's more predictable for them. They don't really come across crossroads like vehicles do and things like that, so the processing is easier. But yeah, your road vehicles, if you want to build a big city, you really want to try and keep it. See, we've got a traffic jam. First one during a 2-hour live stream. Don't think that's bad. So what's that? Where's the issue now? It's going to be down in this corner because it always is. I desperately need to redevelop this area. This is the first railways built. So yeah. Let me just... What's that signal doing there? That could be what was causing the issue, actually. But yeah, this area is a real problem because you've got two of the oldest pickup points. You've got the railway yard here, and you've got a very busy passenger route that started coming through here recently. built like a big bypass line here, which comes past most of the junctions. But yeah, but I think that was just because of that one dodgy signal that was here. That shouldn't have been there. So yeah, whenever you look at the different parts of the city, you can always kind of tell where the warehouse is because it dips, like the height, building's height dips down. So it's like there's the one there. This is more of a sort of governmental district, so there isn't one here. Then there's one there, look. So yeah, all the shops spring it. But yeah, to copy this directly, you will need to find this mod on the workshop. I have got a screenshot of it somewhere, but I can't find it. But this one looks like this. Oh, there's a train there right now. And always keep it separate from your main line as well. Have these. I mean, you probably will anyway because of But just always keep it, or otherwise don't put like your main line running right next to it. Because also that reduces the amount of shops you can have of it. Because obviously one side of the warehouse then is going to be blocked by a railway line. Why you stopped there? Still. It's like, it couldn't be clearer. Literally couldn't be clearer. So I've got 10,000 hours in this game, and I will never build the perfect railway. I don't know. It is this game. I mean, it is 1,000 times better than it was. What? All it is these passenger trains need to not come through there. So I'm going to make this go via here. This waypoint. Same for this one as well. So you need to go via this waypoint here, so that it should stop it from coming through. It's because this is where all the cargo trains come, and then you've got these big long passenger trains coming through, and they block the entire thing up. Don't know. I changed this junction a little while ago, and it's never been right since. It's because they're trying. I think it's because the train's trying to loop back on themselves. Yeah, it is. It's because they're looping. They're using it as a loop. Yeah, everything's working alright with this line here, just to make sure that all the signals are correct. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's just this little bit here just keeps on causing me problems. Oh, and what? Another one? Ah, that's just a random glitch. That's okay. Deal with that. There we go. It's quite unusual though to have just a random glitch traffic jam, to be fair. The shop that I didn't know burnt down is now being rebuilt, so that's all good. How's our waste plant doing? Not bad, not bad. Considering how much traffic there is actually moving around, do you think that would happen more? No, it's sorry, I've only just seen your question, buddy. It's not the Moscow warehouse, no. But you can do that with that one. But that one, it can be. I've noticed that if you try and set it with your construction industry, if you, it'll say that that certain things aren't in it. It will be like, oh, this isn't a source of electronic components, or this isn't a source of mechanical components. Yeah, because I have got that Moscow warehouse. So, yeah, because it is a handy mod, but yeah, sometimes it can be a bit glitchy. I've got one in Valkaza. Where is it? Yeah, here at the docks. This one, isn't it, that you're on about? Because, yeah, you can hold meat in it, but it doesn't have a direct railway connection. Let me see if you don't mind me just having a quick look through. I might be able to find it. God, I've got so much junk in my folder. In my like asset folder, I really need to sort it out and have some sort of labeling system. So Steam. Let's have a quick look. Can't find the exact the screenshot of it, so let's try and find it on the workshop, because it's definitely, I think it's worth that having, because it is like really handy one to have. No way that all the warehouses. Yeah, there's a Moscow one. So, is there anywhere I can see, but like, so, where's all the mods that I'm subscribed to? Just me. Um, what was called, like, was it Cityware? Oh, I think I've clicked on that one, and that's no, that's not it. This district warehouse. At least 11 different. We've got 11 pages now, whereas previously, when I just searched warehouse, it only had 5. So we might see it this time. It's because that is it. Just because I've put the word city in there, so let's see. Oh my god, how is it so difficult? What's that? What? Oh my god, I've already got it. Warehouse mod. Oh no, I haven't. That's me. City. Oh, our ship's ready, actually. But yeah, try it. It is on there. It does exist. I'm sorry, I can't find the actual name for it. And I will try. I did take a screenshot. It is somewhere in my File Explorer somewhere. I just can't find it. Yeah, waste management plant's coming along nicely. Unfortunately, our dock isn't built, so we can't get the ship there, so it's going to have to wait. Right, so yeah, the aluminium plant is back up and running, but I think the chemical plant will be running out of crops. It already has run out of crops. So, but we've still got 150 tons of chemicals left, so that's fine. Because we've got the irrigated fields here for the crops, but I neglected to build some storage, so I've got no buffer for the winter, because obviously when it's too cold they don't operate. Thank you, comrade. But we have now got some nice grain storage built. Yeah, our airport's all nice and built as well. Yeah, literally at the beginning of the week, none of this was here. This is all completely brand new. Up until recently, all the development has been down here. But I find that what you do is you sort of paint yourself into a corner. Eventually, you've got to like branch out. You've got to like get like other little nodes, because it just gets too much to, you know, to like you're just seeing with the food distribution. You know, the best laid system still starts to creak eventually. I'm going to see if that has improved. No, it hasn't. Again, I didn't add any trains. I just reduced the amount of carriages that they can take, because sometimes there's not enough to fill the whole train, so it just won't deliver it. Ah, that's filled up. No, the closest one is filled up. So, and we did have that big traffic jam here, didn't we, as well? So that's probably the reason, actually, why all the warehouses had run out of food. Because what? Because you've got the food factory here. If this locks up, then yeah, half the food stops being delivered. There is another food factory over here, but it's no good if none of the trains can get there, because they're all in a big jam. It seems to be all right for now, because I've obviously rerouted the way that those trains go, so they're not passing through there. That one that is, yeah. No, you're not doing that no more. You're going to go via this way. Because at the moment, this is on the inside of the loop, so the train is obviously always trying to go the quickest route. So it's automatically going through the depot. So we don't want it to do that. So in future, it's going to go out to this here. So yeah, if you've got like trains doing annoying things or constantly getting into jams, we use a waypoint to sort of make sure that it's routing the way you want it to go. Because I built this bypass line here, but it's no use if the blockage is happening here. So a lot of the trains do their passing at this point here. This is where a lot of the lines meet. So I've tried to sort of make it as robust as possible, but there's still problems. I mean, I can remember when I first built this station, because you've got two stations here next to each other. And you've got the inner city line here, which basically the inner city line goes round more or less just like a train set. It just goes round in a loop here, bringing students to the universities and taking workers out over this side to all of the industry. So basically it's going like click, foof, click, like taking out workers, dropping them off here, bringing back students, taking out workers, dropping out, yeah. And then we've got the outer city line here, which does the same thing but further out. And then the main cross line here, which doesn't really have any problems on. So yeah, I think a lot of the trains, a lot of the inner city lines are using this as a quick way to loop round instead of going right round the loop. So it's a good, I mean, there are like loads of other little tiny railway lines as well, just cutting through, like to go into the shop, like here, and over here. These like little, so they're always one directional. They're just little tiny branch lines. Like what I usually try and do is like what I've done here. So you've got the main line here, and then that just connects the two. It just bisect, it just goes in between them, and then you put your shop in there. So the cargo trains and the passenger trains do interact, but when they're stopping, excuse me, when they're stopping and starting, they're separate. If you get, you know, they're like, so when this is doing its job, it's separate. There's no warehouses near the passenger platforms, for instance. Let's just take a quick look and just see if there is food moving about the Republic. See, there's all the shops, little crosses, look. Little cross, little cross, little cross. Doesn't seem to be much food on the trains. Can't see any food moving around via train. What are you taking? We're taking food, at least. Yeah, you will be taking food, yeah, so we'll just keep an eye on that. And then you've got this sort of little scattering here of food, which isn't in the usual cross form, but that's because that's the hotels and restaurants of the touristy district. factory there. Oh, over here's prison. And then back in the day, in the long ago, this is the first port that I built, and this is the original warehouse that used to import the food to. We started obviously with the oil fields, the first power plant, so this is where the development, this is where it started, and then it's spread out on there. There's the iron mine and steel. I think I'm going to have to double up soon, because when I do the big constructions at the moment, it does use a lot of steel. Then the second area I built was here, District West. This is home to this big multi-factory and a large mechanical components plant, which I have had to reduce the staffing because it was just using way too much steel and it was competing with the construction industry. So we had to reduce production on that, but it looks like we've got a nice supply of steel. So I will up the ante again with them. And then that's an electronics factory, which should start producing electronics in a moment once the mechanical components plant is up and running. Here we go. They're coming in. They're running them across the car park now. There we go. Got a nice buffer of steel at the moment. How's that? And another thing as well that I find that helps obviously with constructions is always have multiple open storages across the Republic as well, because it will speed up your constructions if you've got so whenever I build like this nuclear power plant that's out in the middle of nowhere, one of the first things I'll try and build is, it's been demolished now because open storage wasn't needed here. But here I had an open storage yard, but it's always handy to have them all over the Republic really. So that's got one, there's one here, which has got a load of open storage for constructions in this area. So the only quadrant that I've got to develop now is over here. And then we've got the nice ring all around the island. When I connect the railway up into a big circle as well, it will make things a bit easier as well. Yeah, I'm not sure what type of place I'm gonna build here. Its main industry will probably be oil export. This is where the oil field is. But it probably will have some advanced manufacturing there as well. But my goal has always been to get to 500,000 population. I think the most I've ever got up to, I think I did get up to 400,000 once, but that was when the game was still in beta, before I don't think you had heat. We got another. What did I say? Oh, the main line never gives me trouble. Okay, see why that's happened. Yeah, I need to get rid of those. Come on, you'll be alright. There we go. Pulls quite the tail back. But yeah, mostly this doesn't give me any hassle at all. I remember now, so I had to reconnect this. I made a bypass because one of the passenger trains come through here and would try and again go through this storage, and it would cause it to stop, so I had to tell it to come this way. So I had to put in another line so it could get back and go this way. Yeah, hopefully that will sort itself out. Right, I'm going to have to call it a night, I'm afraid, for now, because I just realised the time is 2:38. So I need to get my ass to bed. But thank you very much for spending the evening with me in Severna. And I will be back on tomorrow night around the same sort of time, I imagine. And we'll get the waste plant set up, and we'll keep an eye on that food situation as it develops. Well, thank you very much, Severnans. Have a good night. Bye bye.